Yo, Crypto Nation and Iron Pumping family, good morning to all you FA people out there. Got Jason the Tiger Osborne dropping that FA right away in there and hitting that lizardy like button, guys. Yo, what's going on? Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, y'all are having a great Wednesday. It is Hump Day! Yeah. It is the middle of the week, so I hope everybody is sitting there grinding on this Wednesday. If not, work out with me, guys. Yo, I've got a good ass butt kicking workout. Trying to keep it cleaner. Trying to promote the YouTube algorithm gods to be a little nicer to me by not constantly swearing and stuff like that. I'm trying. So we're gonna trying to turn around the way this channel is being like slowly shadow banned and stuff like that. So I try not to be. I try not to talk all the politics side of it. I just keep it on the financial side of it. It's like you can't ban me for finances. It's like, oh, right. So what's going? So this morning I'm going to be doing chest. Let's see here. Chest, triceps, and abs today. And I'm already telling you guys from Monday. I'm still sore. It's like, holy cow, that lit me up in a whole new way, guys. So I'm kind of worried going into more of these workouts. Going, oh my god, I'm already getting my butt kicked on things that I didn't think that were going to be that bad. So we're going to start off with some bench presses with dumbbells. If you don't have enough dumbbells to max out, or you just don't have enough weight period at the house, and you have resistance bands, you can always sit in there, put the resistance bands behind you, add in the weight, or just slow it down. That's always another option. It's time under tension, right? With the weight. If you have lighter weight, you're going to do more reps. I mean, that's the trade-off. So you have to have that time under load is the name of the game. So I'm going to do an equivalent of basically a 40-pound bench press here. I'm going to start off a little light on the first set and see. I'm going to see how I feel just on the first rep. And if it feels just like too light, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel this morning. So you're going to see a little bit of the hesitancy. There are ways to be able to hold your arms out. So if you do a standard bench press with a high chest bench press, it's going to sit there and jump into your anterior delts. If you have your elbows really close to you, it's going to be more of a tricep if you have your elbows close. So the thing is you want to have it where you're at about a 45 pressing up. It seemed that way. It really just hits the pectoral majoralis really nicely. All that good stuff. What up, John Germain? It's like ban you for financials. Want to bet? I know. I'm trying to behave on the YouTube and not try to be so controversial all the time. And it seems to work a little bit, I guess. It just a smidge. It's just working just a smidge right now. It's like I've laid off the whole political gambit, and the channel actually started seeing a few new subscribers. So I was like, all right, I guess that's a clear freaking message. So here we are. It's like my dogs are barking and I haven't gotten up yet. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into this. I've got everything on my other screen here so I can look at the chat. All right, and here we go. Switch cameras around. I am. Woo! Ah, Don Quidcoats attacking windmills. I'm not sure what that means. That's a new phrase for me. I've never heard that before. I can't even say that last word, the second word. It's like Don something attacks windmills. All I know. Hey, hey, you, Missy. You gets to come over here. The thing you thought was your bed is what I'm gonna lay on. All right. Kind of like this new little monitor stand setup I've got here. It's like pretty decent, I'm gonna have to say. Okay, and then the other thing, guys, when you're doing this, keep your hands above your elbows. If you drift out too far, it's going to sit there and hop into your anterior delt. If you drift in too close, it's going to hop into your bicep. It's like your body mechanically just wants to move the weight. And it'll do it by any means necessary. So we got to keep, it's all about having that form. So if you can't get the form down, drop the weight just a little bit so that you can true your form back up. So this one will be 3 sets, 15. Take a breath, do another 6. Take a breath, do another 6. Um, and that's what we're gonna do real quick here. Yo. Oh my god. Woo! Oh, I can already tell this is gonna be a nasty workout. Oh yeah. Because that's 20 pounds in each hand, guys. And holy cow. I do not feel that in my delts at all. So my anterior delt, I kept it out of it. I felt it a little bit starting to want to get the, like, you could feel the muscles try to engage a little higher. And then you just kind of, I just shifted where my elbow was and I felt it drop right back into the pectoral muscles. It was like, wow. Woo. Holy cow. It's like I feel that like right into the upper side of the pec too. It's like it's when you're targeting it really high on the pec muscle, it's really easy to hop into your delts. Um, so it's all about key positioning. It's just kind of pay attention in your mind where you're feeling it. Are you feeling it up in your shoulder area a little bit, or are you feeling it a lot lower? And I tell you what, it's like the mid to the upper region of the pec muscle. As soon as I drop my elbow into the right position, you just feel it light up. EOT. EOT, huh? Now, from here, you could start going up if you felt that was too light. Um, and then, at least have two good working sets where you're able to bring them to failure. Like that one, oh, yeah, that felt really good. Um, I like maybe my last set. I'll try to do it like a real a hole, and I'm gonna grab my 35s. We'll make a 15-pound adjustment and just bring it to failure a bunch of times. Shoulder day for me. Yeah. So for me, it is chest, triceps, and abs is going to be my workout for today. Yeah. I still feel Monday's workout. Oh my God. Let me tell you. my my rotator cuff and going into my lats right now are even right now are kind of on fire. Oh God. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, that was a really good one. Oh my God. Woo! What I mean is talking about politics is like uh Don Quixote attacking windmills with his Sir Lancelot spear, seeing stuff that isn't there, or reading the book or cliff notes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like you might be spitting out truths, you might be spitting out facts, but you're demonized for doing so. It's like, shh, you're not supposed to tell the world it's a lie. It's like you almost feel like you're in it's like the Truman Show. You know, it's all theatrics. Everybody knows it's messed up and the ship is sinking. And everybody's just going, oh, Captain, my Captain. It's like, and then there's a few of us going, man, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save myself. I think I found this thing that I can save myself with. It's called that sweet and busy Bitcoin. Yo. Whew. Holy cow. Like, I feel that right into the upper part of my chest muscle. Wow. That is a major difference on the workout. Hell, I gotta get me a cup of coffee too. You know what? Get yourself caffeinated and motivated. Yo. Some people like the smell of things outside of women's perfume. It's like I saw a coffee place have their like little catchphrase things. It's like, what smells just as good as women's perfume? Coffee. Bang. I don't even think he's awake. Get up for at least another like 30 minutes or so. You're a little early. Don't be waking him up early. He gets crabby when he wakes up early. He's a night owl. My wife's youngest, he'll be up in like probably like 30, maybe 40 minutes. He stays up a little bit later, so he sleeps in the morning just a little bit. Uh, it's like Monday. That'll teach you to lift more than your own weight. I know, dude. You know what's really funny about that is that my lats are what's bothering me. It's not my shoulders. So I was doing 230-pound shoulder shrugs. Like, to feel that, Like, I can feel it's like a little sore, but man, my lats, and I didn't do the lats with big weight either. I did 45 pounds on my lats. I mean, I'm increasing the weight by a lot, but I was doing like between 20 and 35. And it's like I'm now trying to go bigger on the weight side. And yeah, I attacked myself in a whole new way. Like, yeah, I did it to myself. But if you're going to be doing a workout program, you might as well do it all the way. But yeah, I mean, I still feel that like my calves are fine. I was able to do my calf raises like 200 and something pound calf raises, whatever your body weight is. Your calves are already moving that weight. So you should, I mean, me personally, I think that that's a weight that you should start with. Whatever your body weight is where you start with your calf raises. Unless, now here's the caveat on that, unless you're doing standing calf raises. If you're doing what I was doing on Monday, which was seated calf raises, so you're taking your body weight out of the picture. So you need to load yourself up with your body weight. And if you want a little more, you put a little bit extra weight on there just to get the added effect of I'm overloading that weight with extra weight. It's my body weight plus. Because your calf muscles are designed to walk around with you. Unless you got bad calf muscles, like an a shortened Achilles heel tendon, or you have impingement in your Achilles heel, going through its little canal area. There are, my wife, she's got an issue with her Achilles heel, being that the calf muscle's tight, and she needs to get that calf muscle to elongate a little bit. And if she can keep the calf muscle stretched out, she has no Achilles problem. Don't rattle the pipe; it makes the cockroaches come out. I know, but I've got a really bright light on the situation, and the cockroaches don't like the light, the bright lights. I thought they run when they see light, so I'm trying to bring them out into the light where they burn. Too funny, too funny. You can only talk about it in comical ways. You know, it's got to be a punchline behind it, I think. What up, MC? Ah, last set of these bad boys. Yeah. Do I want to do the 35s? Now we're gonna do this. Let's see here. Well, I'm not gonna be able to do the 15, and I almost failed. I failed on the last one with these 20s, so I'm gonna keep right where I'm at. It feels like a good weight. I feel it in my upper chest right now, like something fierce. I'll just do a few more reps if I don't fail right. All right, now it's time to go after. Whew, wow, the top part of my pec muscle is on fire. But a seated bench rate. Oh God, Pepe, you are heavy kitty. And why do you want to be on my shoulder so badly? Um, but so when you're doing an incline bench raise, scientifically proven, you come up too high, and it jumps up into your delts. You come up a little higher. It goes into your delts and your traps. You come up a little higher. It goes into your triceps. Right. So I mean, you're it, like all the other antagonist muscles want to come into this. So an incline bench press should actually be done in that 15-degree angle on there. So some benches that you need to come down. Some benches they have, some of the adjustable benches just have a bar, and sometimes you can flip those up, take the bar straight out, and set the bar back on the platform, and that'll give you your slight 15-degree angle. If it's a bench like mine, the first notch is the 15 degrees. That's all it is. 15 degrees. It doesn't take that much of a angle on this bench to target the bottom side of the pectoral muscle. So the mid to low section of the pec muscle at this range here will now target lower. You come up higher, it jumps up in, starts jumping into all the other antagonist muscles. So keep that in mind when you're bench pressing. Now, if your bench press only has, it's a flat bench, no adjustment on there, stick a book underneath it to raise it up just a little bit, probably about maybe a half inch, 3/4 of an inch off the ground, and that'll put you on your angle to be in a real low angle. It's still safe. Don't put it on something really thin in the middle of it. Then you have to, and you're gonna have a core workout while you're doing that because you got to balance yourself. I mean, if you're into pain and possibly hurting yourself, I don't recommend it. If you got a bench that has like a wide platform, make sure you're grabbing 2 books to put on both sides of the platform, so it comes up even, a half inch to 3/4 of an inch, depending on your bench setup. And it's like it doesn't take that much, and then it just kind of it gives you a nice full pectoral muscle. Again, this is all scientifically backed by people who are smarter than me and put these little probes all over their body and started working out. I tend to believe what they're saying on there. So, what is up the do? So, you were right about the Mobo and my 216 series cards. I just had to run the super on its own first, adjust the BIOS setting, and then the other 1660. Nice. Glad that helped, bro. Sometimes it's the simple stuff, I mean, if it's booting up and you're just not getting anywhere with it, as long as you're not getting weird boot errors, it's not boot looping itself to death. It's usually something really simple. Break it down to the basics, start from there. But it's always enabling the above 4G encoding. As soon as you enable that, it lets all the GPUs communicate. It's like, oh, you put friends on here. Otherwise, the way that the PCI lanes are is if you don't enable above 4G encoding, it's looking for peripherals. So like video capture cards will work without an issue, without it changing anything in BIOS. The capture cards will work. Sound cards will work right off the bat. Network cards will work right off the bat. So I mean, but if you want a second GPU on that same motherboard, it has to have above 4G encoding. What up, Big Ro? We are doing we're on the new program. I've got chest, triceps, and abs today, and I'm still feeling Monday's workout because I hit it so hard. I have a feeling I feel the same way right now. Now we get to do same thing. Arms at you want about a 45-degree angle. Um, Keep your hands above your elbows so it doesn't try to hop into antagonist muscles. We're trying to target the mid to low pectoral muscle. Bench at a 15-degree angle, and then you just go at it. We're gonna do. Let's see here. Let me scroll my notes down here. All right, so I'm gonna sit there and hit 1 or 2 sets to find where my working weight is. I have a feeling I know where my working weight is because it's 2 sets of 6 reps, and 6 reps means that I can sit there and do heavier weight, which means yeah, I'm gonna hurt myself here, so it's gonna be fun. I know. I sound like a sick animal when I say that, right? Oh, yeah. I can do more. Pectoral, the bottom side of your pec muscle. Usually, you're a little stronger with, guys. I'm just gonna say that. I had a feeling that this was going to be the case, but we're gonna go ahead and attack this. We're gonna fix this problem. All right. And I don't think this is where I'm going to stop either, because the second set I'm going to go even. If this is my first working set, then my next one I'm going to step up even heavier and just kind of do this as an ascending, an ascending set, and not a drop set. I've only got to do 6 reps. I mean, what's 6 reps? This and other lies you could be telling yourself. All right, so we have just upped it 10 full pounds. So I'm now doing the equivalent of a 60-pound bench press. We're going to see if this is a good working set. I'm trying to get myself to fail at once. If I can fail once, that's a working set, guys. So slowly ease yourself into this. You're hurting yourself on purpose. God. Oh, what was I thinking? Oh, this is heavy. Why do I lift heavy things, dude? What kind of sick individual does these pagan rituals? What? That's a good one. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, wow. Woo! We're putting 10 more pounds on this. Again, I did not fail there. That's why they say do like 1 to 2 sets to find your working rep, because you're going to increase the weight incrementally until you fail. That's why working out is kind of humbling. You fail a lot. Working out is nothing but a series of failures. Like GPU Jesus is gonna be buff here. But yeah, I mean that's what's really nice. Like if you find a bodybuilder, right, that's not on steroids, not the roid guy, stay away from him. Everybody knows he's an a-hole. We stay away from the roid guy. You can fart wrong next to him and he's going to be angry. But normal people that are working out in there and you see that they're actually in really good physical shape, they look like they can hold their own. Normal people, right? You'll find that they're very patient people. Why? Because they've worked out all their frustrations of failing already. They've already worked out any kind of you know frustrating issues they had going on. They're like, man, I don't even have the energy for that. If you worked out properly, you're like, I don't have the time nor the energy to argue with you. This conversation's over. We're gonna go our own ways. That's just how it is. Oh, all right, let's do this. Oh my God. What was I thinking? This is 40 pounds. It's the equivalent of an 80-pound bench press. This is going to suck. This is going to be the heaviest I think I've gone yet on a bench press. Oh, yeah. Hey. God. That's it. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Woo! Oh, holy cow. I'm going to feel this tomorrow. I could already tell. Oh, like it, like literally, like got stuck coming up. I'm like, oh wow, I mechanically can't move. Oh my God. Oh, oh, the bottom of the pectoral muscle is now dead. I've thoroughly murdered it. Oh my God. Like the whole pec muscle is just wow. It's like I could feel the amount of blood just pumping through it and everything, but wow, that was an unusual feeling of mechanical failure. I don't think I've pushed myself that hard before. I can tell you I kept it out of the delts because I could still swing my arm up for taking a drink. So none of these muscles do I feel fatigued in. It is literally in the pectoral muscle. Holy cow, that is insanity right there. That was first working set. Working set should accompany failure. So I mean, basically, this here is going to be my second, or my second working set, but my fourth one in the workout series because you don't want to just hit it heavy. Kind of ease your way into it. Don't work out like an a-hole, right? Kind of ease your body into it. Your body needs to kind of adjust about what you're doing. Get a little blood flow in there. Ease into it. Um, you can actually very well hurt yourself going heavy cold, especially with the way that I'm like targeting everything. Holy cow! And I'm not. This is only the second workout. Oh, it's gonna suck today. He's forward. I gotta stage him on my leg. I can't pick him up. I'm not trying to hurt my shoulder. I can set him down, but I'm not trying to pick it up. Wow, 40 pounds. I'd never thought I'd ever be doing like 40 pounds like this. Not for a while. I think this month we're going to grow, boys. Oh, fuck. Oh, 3, 4. Ah, 5. Ah, oh, woo. Oh, I got one last one in that last set. Oh, wow. Oh, oh my God. I literally could not lift my arms back up. Holy cow. That was crazy. Like, oh, snaps. No service in these mountains. Which mountains are you in? Like, I have been in not every spot on every mountain section we have in the States, but I have been to every mountain, and it was good. Holy cow. And what's kind of cool about what I was just doing, because of the slight little angle, I was able to overload it, and I didn't feel it jump into any other muscle. Again, I'm not putting my elbows tight, which that would be a tricep. I'm not out wide because that would be delts. So just being hinged in at a 45 takes all the antagonistic muscles out of the loop, and you can just really annihilate the pec muscle. Oh, God. Wow. It's like either you have no service still or there's still a little lag on there. But yeah, if you got a chance, let me know which mountain range are you in? Or are you talking about like foothills? All right. Next part of my notes. Oh man. I got four sets of bench dip failures, guys. Oh, this is gonna suck. That's why my stands are out here, because I can do dips off of them. Sometimes you got to be smarter than the equipment you are using, fellas. Sit here and do these. We'll see me doing some miserable looking bench dips. Um, do these well. You know, you want to keep. We were trying to keep these into the pec muscles. So we are going to do these. I get my stand. I guess it's close together. All right, perfect. And then. Oh, you're by Big Bear. Oh, nice. That is really cool. Been ages since I've been out in that neck of the woods. Ages. Holy cow. I want to say That's before I got with my wife. That's more than 20 years ago. uh, no boarding. It's like I've done. It's like that's where it got me a lot of my traveling to the mountain ranges is looking for epic snow. I am a winter junkie, guys. Okay, sue me. I love winter. I love driving in it. And some people don't. They get nervous behind the wheel. I like doing it. I'm used to sliding around. It's like fa. Nice. Yeah, out of all the places that I've gone where I like to go the most, if I had a chance to go back anywhere, outside of going to Alaska, I want to go to Alaska and snowboard out there because I hear they have epic snowboarding out there too. So I would love to be able to do that on my bucket list. But Val, oh my God, Val was epic. Bighorn was had epic snow. Oh God, man, there's a lot of them, but I like how Val is set up. I honestly like how Val is set up. And I like that the peak is a little higher on that one. So like my first experience with Val was getting above a snowstorm. I'm like above the clouds. Clouds are like direct, like a few feet below me, and you're talking golf ball size snowflakes coming out. And you're like peekabooing out from the clouds. Oh man, it was epic, epic. Yeah, Val, dude, it's a bucket list thing. If you haven't gone to Val, you haven't. That's a whole new level of experience where you get two chairlifts. Yes, two chairlifts to get to the top. There's some like you go at like the Swiss Alps. There's three chairlifts to get to the top. That's another one that's my bucket list is the Swiss Alps. Like I got a nice picture, snow covered mountains from Riverside. Oh, nice, nice. Woo! That crazy Riverside had snow. Yeah, it sucks that and it's like we got snow here like now, but it's so late in the season. It's like none of the lakes are gonna freeze. So snowmobiling season hasn't been a thing all season because there's no way to cross the waterways to get to the other side of the trails. Unless you're willing to water skip. I am, but it's like if I've got to make a turn water skipping, I've got to make these big freaking sweeping turns, and it's like you're just rolling the dice that if you get off the throttle in the wrong way, that you're sinking your sled. And that's out here it's a $1,500 a day environmental EPA fine that your sled's in the drink. Ah, oh, it's so stupid. So I mean, yeah, the weather patterns I want to say for the last 7 years have been kind of goofed up. But that's more wind. The way that the winds or currents are bringing storms. It's the wind currents are keeping the frigid air cold from hitting where I'm at like it would normally do. So until these wind directions change up a little bit, and we get into another back into our normal wind patterns, we're not going to see any real. We're going to see droughts in my area to lack of snow, which is what we got now. Spring in 5 days. I know, and I have snow here, and I would like if it's gonna be like where I can't enjoy it. It's like okay, let me get spring, let everything thaw out. I've got to move my flower bed and everything, or my raised garden over to the other side of my yard so I can prep for chunkins. I don't get them this month. I don't get them next month. I get it like May 13th. I thought it was this month. You want to move to Arizona? I don't mind Arizona. It's not bad because I like the my. In fact, I have no air allergies. Oh my, woo! Yep, the spring equinox. Yep, 5 days. Yep, I need to move my raised flower garden over to the other side of my yard so that I can prep for putting veggies over there, prep for getting the chunkins in. Damn it, if I'm going to live here, I'm going to start homesteading here a little bit. I'm trying to grow my own stuff. So I want to do, um, let's see here, stuff that we normally consume. Pretty much. That's all I want to put in. Is stuff we consume already. So potatoes, maybe try growing some carrots. I'd love to try to grow in some carrots. That'd be pretty baller. Do some carrots. Um, I don't know about how to grow lettuce, but I'm sure that's pretty self-explanatory too. Get some of this stuff going. And as I move my my raised garden over, take some of my compost that I've already got and start mixing that into the dirt. This way, it's nice and nutrient rich. Oh my god! Oh, one last time. Holy cow! That kind of sucks. Then the next thing is going to be cable machine flies slightly tilted back. I don't have a cable machine fly. We're going to improvise here, and I'm going to do this with resistance bands instead. And I'm going to bring my bench forward as far as I can so I get a good stretch on the bands, and then I'm going to start doing it as just normal cable flies, but seated, slightly tilted back. Maybe on my bench, it'll be the second notch from the way that it kind of looks like. Yeah, third notch from the way. Yeah, third notch. So third notch up. So and then you're doing cable fly. So you're coming in a lot lower on there, and that's going to hit the lower part of the pectoral muscle. Yeah. You can sit there and have your elbows slightly bent in there because if you straighten out too much, it might put a little bit of tension on the elbow. So put a little bend into it. You're trying to go as heavy as you can. Uh, so the cable flies will be 12, 12, 10. And then we blow up the chest with a 30 till failure. Yeah. Scientifically proven this actually works. if I'm as sore as I am today from working out on Monday, I hate to see how I am tomorrow after this workout because I can already feel this. Fines for those who drive into clearly marked 8-inch deep underpasses. Fines for driving into clearly marked 8-inch or 8-foot deep underpasses. Oh, for the bridge height. Yes, yes, yes. We have stuff like that here. You get fined for that for driving stupid, unless, and we've had this issue here in Illinois, where the road crews had been resurfacing the road to fix it and never remeasured the height between the pavement to the bridge height, and where the bridge was still clearly marked for a foot and a half taller trucks than what could fit underneath there at the current time. Somebody had fought a ticket for that, and it caused them to re-sign it and undesignated a truck route. And for those trying to cross, the riverbeds. Oh yeah, yeah. Yep, yep, yep. We don't have that issue out here. We don't have like dry riverbeds out here. But I've heard of the riverbed because they're like flash flood dry riverbeds, right? So like when you guys get a nasty rain, all of a sudden that stuff like whoop full. But I still had to keep pushing it. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I'm gonna push out the last one. Wow. These are a good investment. I like them. Wide platform to put my hand on for dips. It's high enough. I'm 6'3". These are high enough for me to do this. I dig it. You can see I'm going to comment on this. So, pad height here. So, pad height. So I got to put my anchor in the door here. Pad height is pad height is just below my door latch. So perfect. Pity. Here's 100 pounds. Perfect. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be heavy enough. So we're just going to go at it with 100 pounds and see how I feel. Well, actually, one of them is a 40 pounder, so I got 90 pounds on here. Correction, I just saw the weight load on the one. So, how am I supposed to do this? 12, 12, 10, and 30. All right. Oh, 6. Holy cow. I-17 in Phoenix is the designated truck bypass route for I-10 for some reason. I have no idea why. Couldn't even begin to tell you. I've seen that in some cases be because um, they didn't build the road to adequate specs for trucks. So that could be the reason why, is that through that section of road, it was an earlier road that nobody's going to sit there and re-dig up the road and put the rebar in there that's required to stop the road from being steamrolled, every day by, 1,000 plus trucks every day going across it. Woo. What up? Ooh, we have a full party here, guys. It is a full house. Yo, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hoot, 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 hoot. Whew. Oh, my water has evaporated. Taking my spot. All right, so seems like I hit it pretty good this first time. I'm gonna see how I feel this second round. If I feel like I can do more, and I don't find that, like, I failed on that last set, so I feel like I've got a good mechanical working set on here. Heavy machine flies slightly tilted back. I feel like I'm doing that. Beep 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 beep. I love you too, Candy Girl. Let's do. Next one's glory time. Woo! That's it. Woo. Holy cow. That glory set, man. I have not done the full 30 yet. That means the weight and under load, spot on. I'm heavy enough. Oh, oh man, just putting my hands on my hips like this to rest my shoulders for from supporting my chest that feels like it's just been ripped off. That's hard to do too now. Take care of me, girl. Are you being the support kitty? Oh, are you my support cat? Support kitty kitty. Oh, that is crazy amount of working out right there. Holy cow. Holy cow. So, ah, I got to do two more sets of these. Oh man. All right. Hey, beep 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 beep. He is oh so trusting of me. It's like, oh, he will not do anything to hurt me. I went into a zone there. Holy cow. Wow, that was crazy. That there really just kind of gets you. Oh, wow. I can't even tell you how my chest is lighting up on that one. I can't feel it. I cannot even feel how my chest is firing. I just know it just stops at a certain point. It's just like, oh, the candy. Like she's like, as long as you can still pet me, we're good. Gucci, Gucci. As long as we got this, we're Gucci. Oh, you just want to play, don't you? Ah. Ooh, last one here. Oh my god. I really don't want to do this. This sucks. Wow. That slams you right back. I can come out of my way temporarily. I got one more exercise on that bad boy there. It's gonna suck. So now we've got stuff for basically the triceps. So we got internal rotation extensions. So elbow up high, and basically you're just kind of jackhammering. You're basically acting like you're wall punching, right? But you're gonna fix your elbow in, and you're just gonna come from the waist area, internal rotation. So you're gonna be kind of elbow out in front, and then it'll be coming out like, oh, I got it. It's like pulling a sword out. So that's the motion you're going to be doing. It's like pulling a sword out. That's the best way to probably explain this one. um, hmm, Need something to safely grab onto that I can do this with. Um, and when you're doing this, you want to take the weight, take the ropes, cables, however you're setting this up, right about with hip height when you're doing this. So again, like sitting there and undoing a sword, right? I find out if 90 pounds is too much. Oh yeah, 90 pounds is way too much for triceps. For me at least. We're gonna drop this down to 40 pounds. See how that goes. So we're gonna try this with 40 pounds instead of 90. It's all about trying to find that weight that you can. Holy cow! Oh, woo! Thank you everybody for being here. Definitely smashing that Lizzie like button, subscribing, all that good stuff, guys. Helps me out being motivated in the morning. Just saying, I'm just saying. Come by, hang out, chit chat. This is more of a chill and chat while some of y'all are at work and stuff like that. Whew. Holy cow. Triceps are kind of blowed up with some blood here. Oh my God. I said, wow. Wow. That's a that's another crazy one right there. And you just feel it just light up into the triceps. And it's not even a big movement either. As long as your elbow stays above your hand, it stays in the triceps. Oh, even just doing that, demonstrating that now, I felt that in the tricep. Oh, all the way out to the elbow. Oh, you feel that one all the way to the elbow, guys. So if you're trying to get that full length of the muscle to really kind of hit up more towards the elbow, yeah, this is one that'll do it because you're getting more of that hinging motion off of it. I think with internal rotation. So any kind of antagonistic muscle wants to get involved, it can't. You're putting it at a disposition. Woo! Get this last set out of the way of these brutal little guys here. That's it. Wow. That's it. Wow. Yeah, that was a good one. All right. So now I've got a three-way incline French press, fulls partial and front partial. So almost like a skull crusher almost on the last one. Um, Holy cow. 15 reps and then failure and failure off the bench here. So we're going to need this again. See, if you were doing this doing this at a gym, you'd be taking up a lot of equipment. All right. So we're going to see how I feel with 30 pounds on this. Balancing. One safe. All right, the other one's safe. Woo! So now we're gonna do some. Holy cow! Kind of out of breath here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. So French press inclines. So three different variations of a French press. So full French press, partial, and then a front partial. Partial, you can kind of consider it a skull crusher almost. I mean, it kind of is that motion at that point, but it's still all tricep work. Don't worry. It's going to be three variations that suck. And again, keep your elbows together when you're doing this. Otherwise, it'll jump up into your shoulders. And if you got any kind of shoulder problems, it'll let you know real quick. Like a muscle cramp right at my elbow. Wow, felt like a muscle cramp right in the elbow. Oh, full full French presses like that. My elbows were like, yeah, you can eat a bag of. We're just gonna leave it right there. Holy cow! Oh my god, I cannot feel the backs of my arms right now. They are comfortably numb. Name that song. what band did that? Without googling it. No search engines. That's it. Oh. It's like elbow cramps are real. I know, dude. Oh my god. It's like, oh, cramp, 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 cramp. Oh, oh. It's like, ooh, that one really gets you right in the elbow. Ooh. Especially when you let your hands drift underneath your head a little bit. Wow. Oh, it's not. You want to know what's funny about that? It's I feel it when I get to that 90-degree point when I'm almost rotating over. I'm catching that. So I know that's because I'm lacking a muscle. The muscle's not developed enough here. So I'm feeling it like not in the tendon. It's not in the elbow. It's slightly above the elbow at the base of the muscle. So the muscle is being unhappy. It's not in the elbow. I don't know how to explain. Like it doesn't. It's not bothering me in the elbow itself. It's like literally right in the bottom of the triceps. So I don't think it's like a on the way that it feels to me. It doesn't feel like a mechanic thing. Like it literally, it feels like I'm like as I'm getting to about here. This is where I feel it. So it's not when I'm hinged in like this, extending from here to here. It's from here to here. I'm feeling it. So to me, it feels like a muscle that's being a weak little you know what. And we're about to stop that. It's just the progressive overload, I think, is what's getting to it. All right, I got 4 sets of these. All right, so that was set 2. That is set number 2. So, all right. Like, and I'm trying to do like three quarter reps. So, yeah, not sure what to do to really avoid it. It's like, oh, okay, I dig it, I dig it. Just have to strengthen the track. Exactly. Like my elbow doesn't feel like it's elbow feels fine. It's just like I feel it spasming in the bottom of the tricep. It's like, oh, you suck, don't you? Hence why I'm doing such a light weight here. I mean, this is 35 pounds. I'm doing 35-pound um, you know, French presses, which is heavier than what I have been doing. I was doing only 20-pound French presses before. So this time I'm going heavier just because I'm trying to get the maximum out of this. And I'm feeling like I'm able to move the weight and I'm doing it within the proper form. And I'm having failure. I think I'm checking all the box, good form, good weight, and failure. You. Yeah, close. That's what that last little bit is. Close grip bench on that. Oh, it's definitely a tricep killer right there. And then right after this, I'm going in the tricep extensions from hell. Oh man. Oh, the Cammy girl. Oh, the Cammy Cam. Oh, whew. All right. Last set of these ones. And I think I have two. No, Cammy. I think I have two more workouts after this, right? Oh, no, three. Well, yeah. It's basically it's two more full set workouts and then one posture stretch workout at the end. So Cammy, no. No, 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 not right now. I love you, Cammy, but not now. Holy cow. I cannot feel the back of my arms at all. They're gone. They don't exist no more. Holy. So now I got my pull up bar up. What I like about my pull up bar is that thing is dual function, and I can put my my whole cable system for my lat pulls downs that I'm gonna do now, and then I'll be prepped for doing leg raises also. So tricep extensions, do some small little ones, just to kind of fatigue them out, and then going into fulls. And that's do 3 sets of these. Whew, all right. Get this thing set up here. Hold on. Oh, there it is. I'm like, no, I pulled it out. Got my other handles. We are going off of this. Oh, bam. Thing out of the way here. Now you can see, got my little pull-up bar set up now. Whoa, 100 pounders, dude. Wow. Cats are silly. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, sir. Holy cow. Part that I'm not going to be happy about next is I have to do hanging leg raises. I'm already not happy about that one. Hanging leg raises. Holy cow. 4 sets of failure on that. So at least there I got a little reprieve. But when you're doing hanging leg raises, you kind of want to kind of promote tucking your hips in a little bit when you're bringing your legs up. This way you abduct the abs more, so crunch in with your abs as you're coming up with your legs. So it's not just a momentum kick, even though it will be momentum, but still, you can cut down the momentum on there by actually like squeezing into it. I mean, heck, even just doing, raising your knees up will effectively do the same thing. Instead of having the big motion of your legs, you're still getting the whole tuck, tuck and roll. At least that's how I'll probably end up doing it because I don't have enough room to actually do full leg being able to hang fully without tucking my legs up anyway. So there's that too. I'm too tall for my doorways with an extension with the pull up bar. The pull up bar would have to go up a little higher. As you see, pull up bar is at just a little above the height of my door. My hand's above it. It's like my ceilings are I think 9 feet. Could be wrong. But it's like right around 9 feet from floor to ceiling. Probably like within 6 inches of touching the ceiling. So I mean, my pull up bar would have to be almost at the ceiling height in order for Pepe see squirrel. You want to look out there, Pepe? Pepe saw squirrel. He's like, oh, they're back out. What are you gonna do whenever we got chickens here? You're gonna go nuts. Which program am I doing this time? It's still the Ryan Hummingston, but it is his new workout that if you've been following him as of within the last year, if you've been watching any of his newer videos, he's been getting those uh, uh, probes that you put onto your body to see about the electrical firing of the muscles, and he has developed a whole new workout program around that. So more science based. So I'll probably be flip flopping between this program and his garage, his basically home workout and this one. Ooh, I'm basically a lot of the workouts. I'm improvising and modifying for the workouts that I have too. So they're not verbatim exactly what he's doing, but it's what I can improvise on. So I'm showing you that his workouts can be done at home. You do not need to have this big workout gym. This has been the new item that I've added in is this little cable system that I can now put onto my pull up bar, and then it's got a strap that I can hook up onto here too, and then have it where the pulley is on the floor and I'm able to curl into it. So it's push down or pull up depending on how you're doing it. But yeah, I actually like this. This is very nice. I like this. All right, let's do this again. Not moving around like that. One more set of these. Wow. That's it. Oh, wow. All right. Wow, fucking feels this stretching in the rotator cuff. Holy cow. Send you the It's like send you the link for the stuff when you get home. I like the setup for sure. I mean, you looking for like gear that I'm working out with, or I mean, I can send you the links to all the gear that I got. That's no problem. I got a mad little setup now. Pretty much got. I think everything covered for the most part. I think I have enough to simulate an expensive gym right here at home, and I could just absolutely brutalize myself. And I guarantee, and I can tell you what, dude, I spend under $500. It's like still getting it. Damn. Yeah, yeah. I got this one, and then a little stretch. This is my last exercise right here. Just doing some ab workout. Woo! Finishing this up. Holy cow! Two more sets of failure. Woo! And then I can just, I got a 60-second stretch on my chest muscles to help correct chest posture. So basically, I'll lay down on my bench, flat, couple of dumbbells in my hand, and I'm going to let myself stretch and hold for 60 seconds. This helps release a lot of the tightness in your delts. Keep your hands out like you're in an iron cross, and just kind of hold on to it like that, and it will help open up the chest muscles. I'll tell you what hasn't bothered me in the last 2 days is my rotator cuff and my rhomboid and going into my shoulder. I hadn't felt that at all in the last 2 days. Woo! Monday's workout really just kind of hammered on that back muscle. Too funny automatic beats. Oh my god. Ritual grumpy protein. Protein grumpies. Do this again. Cannot feel my triceps at all right now. My triceps don't exist. Holy cow. So I got my first big boy 240 PDU in yesterday, and next week running my first dedicated 240 breaker. Super stoked. Bro, that is awesome. Big news. Congratulations. You are now stepping up. You're one thing you're going to notice that you're going to have more stability power wise. I mean, if the rig is going to have an issue, the rig's going to have an issue. But if 110 is dirty power, if there's any kind of ripple, whether it's most of the time what you'll end up finding is that 110, the power will drop down briefly. And when it drops down on a bigger rig, that could turn the rig off, cause the GPU to momentarily cut out. So 240 really just kind of stabilizes that power out. So you have less issues with surges versus being on just 110. So I mean, and it makes it so much easier. You can put more wattage on there. Make sure you're doing. I ran. What did I run? I ran 12 gauge 3-wire. So I ran 12 gauge 3-wire, 30 amps. That'll give you just under 6,000 watts at 30 amps. I don't know what the issue is. I got my PC back up and running. What drivers are you using, the dude? If you are not using current drivers, you're going to have an issue. You can use either one. They're both going to work. They'll both work. Trust me. 10.3 will give you will be overkill. So if you want to make sure you got that headroom on the wire, do 10.3. I know I did 12.3. You're not running as much. The amperage going through that is split between the two wires. So you're doing 30 amps, but it's 15 amps per leg. So think of it that way. So you can split that amperage up. It's not that you're going to hammer it 30 amps on each line, dude. I believe he's like, that makes sense. Yep. You're power balancing, dude. So, I mean, you could do, I mean, depending on if the price difference isn't that much for a roll of it, you know, why not have the extra headroom? At the time, I just grabbed the 12.3 and I was like good to go. Complete shutdown of the PSU. What size power supply are you running? Get this last set. Oh wow. All right, so 60-second hold on a flat bench here. Woo. This a little bit. So you guys can see how I'm stretching out here. Get yourself 1,000 watt. 750 watt is really good for your computer with one GPU. You got to think, even a low like a 1070, right? Old hardware, right? So 1070 or an RX 580, right? So we're dealing with, I'm talking about older hardware. The TDP on those on a 1070 was 100, depending on which model. So if you had a base model on a 1070, you were 150 watt TDP, right? Total board power. And then on an RX 580, you were also 150 watts TDP. Then you have to add in the riser, 75 watts. So you're 225 watts minimum on a card mining. I do not care if you undervolt it. If the card requires more power, it will ignore your overclocks for that brief moment because the BIOS is requiring stability. So the BIOS will override what you're trying to command it if it knows it cannot do it, right? So for a brief moment, everything is going to sit there and power up. So let's say it was mining overnight, right? And you go to shut down the miner. What ended up happening is during the night, the rig flickered, maybe once, maybe twice, but didn't kill the miner, not all the way. So now part of the drivers for the motherboard are dropped, and when it drops like that, it will cause complete instability. And you'll find out instability in different ways. Does the screen start flickering? Does things now boot really slowly? Because it dropped a driver that might be unrelated to the GPU. Like the GPU was able to recover from it, the miner was able to recover from it, but Windows itself did not. It's like them, you are a goat. Just saying. It doesn't matter if you're not using risers on the cards or not. It still requires 75 watts, even if you plug them into the motherboard. The motherboard is supplying the riser power. It's coming all through the motherboard. So you still have two GPUs, the motherboard, and then whatever fans you have in your computer case. It is very easy to overcome a 750 watt power supply with two low power GPUs mining away. So you need to upgrade your power supply, my dude. That's your only solution. Get 1,000 watt power supply in there. Call it a day. 850 would be cutting it close. I would say to have that headroom on the power supply so that the power supply lives life nicely and will last a long period of time. Get yourself 1,000 watt. The price difference between an 850 and 1,000 watt is not a lot. So just get the right equipment if you're going to go into it. You're investing into your PC. That power supply is not just giving power to the motherboard. It's not just giving power to the GPUs. It is also giving power to your hard drive. So if you damage the power supply, you potentially risk damaging anything downstream from that power supply, depending on how it fails. And I'd hate to see you lose data on your hard drive because the power supply corrupted the data when it shorted it out. So just kind of keep that in mind. I'd rather have your gear be protected. For sure, automatic beats. For sure. And it's like, in considering that you got it running, it's running fine, you were able to reboot the PC. Because you were able to reboot the PC and the PC recovered, we know it's not a hardware issue on the PC side. So it either the miner crashed at some point in time and took out the corrupted some drivers in the process of it doing all that, or the power supply flickered. I'm going to say that the power supply probably flickered in power where both GPUs commanded full power. There wasn't enough for everything else running, and it low power volted your CPU. And when it low powered CPU, it lost communication somewhere. And then a reboot will fix that. So, yep, time for a bit bigger power supply. Or you're not going to be able to mine on those cards, or you're just going to have to remember anytime you stop it from mining for the day that you've got to power it down and then reboot it and then have the one mine while you're using the other GPU. But I would say that your power supply is undervolting it. Again, I mean, like, I forget, are you using NVIDIA cards? Because if you are, um, it could be an NVIDIA driver thing, and they've just released out a new NVIDIA driver to fix a lot of. I forget what cards you have. I know you said it to me, Goblin, what GPUs you've got, but a lot of people tell me what GPUs they've got, and I help out a lot of people during the day. So yeah, automatic beats. I like what you're saying. Just throw it away and give it to me. 60. Okay, so you're using Nvidias. So look at updating to the newest Nvidia drivers. It's like let me double check here. Hold on one second. It is Nvidia driver 531.29. 531.29 is the latest driver, and it fixes a lot of the things that were problematic with GPU stability on Nvidia. Since I updated this driver, my computer has been acting a lot better. So, not saying that this is your problem, but if you haven't tried updating the drivers, it might be something correlated. I was having some weird little issues here and there. It wasn't all the time, it was every once in a blue moon. And it's been like this for a few months. So, this is something that NVIDIA broke a few months ago, and they're just now resolving it. He's like, "Oh, I have it. Okay. Um, then see about updating your BIOS on the motherboard. Sometimes that helps too. If you have an updated BIOS, sometimes latest BIOSes on motherboards can fix some abnormalities in performance that will result to something that you can't recreate every time. It just does it. So try updating your BIOS. That's going to be the next step then. If not, then you might have sit there and do a RAM a RAM disk check on there. You can sit there and check the health of your RAM. Make sure that you don't have any bad RAM sectors in there, because that'll give you some weird performances too. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that can get into it, but usually I start with the simple stuff, making sure the computer is as up to date as humanly possible. That's usually my step one. So I'm going to get into the last little bit here, stretch here, and then I'll be able to sit down and chit chat. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a crazy little stretch there. Oh. You and your feather coin. He's like, F all that. If you've been having issues for a while, just get a new one. Well, no, I wouldn't say that because, like, I'm not, me personally, this is me. I hate creating waste. So if something can be done because if most people, and now this, I mean, like, I don't know about you, Automatic Beats, the goat of bird coins. Automatic Beats, I don't know about you, but most people, when they put together a PC, they install Windows, and as long as everything works from that point forward, the only thing that people typically will update is a graphical driver. Nothing else gets updated unless it's Windows pushing it up, forcing you to update, right? And that's some of the reasons why Windows does force you to update, because there are so many people out there that just if as long as it's working today, it'll work 10 years from now, right? I don't need to update anything. Nothing never needs to be updated. It works perfectly right now. So Windows is like, okay, these people are idiots. We're getting too many callbacks coming in of people not knowing why their stuff's not working properly. And it came down as far as a simple update. So typically, if I'm having weird, I would say like weird stability issues. Maybe I get a black screen every once in a blue moon. Maybe something like I don't even notice my icons on my screen. Just kind of the screen itself. So whatever's on the background of your window screen, perfect. You'll never notice it. You'll see your icons just kind of go from whatever picture they're on to go white and then back to picture. And that's what I call a flicker. You can actually witness the icons on your desktop kind of blank out and come back. And that's saying that the graphical driver is having an issue for whatever reason. If it's a resource problem on the GPU, which was the 524.46 driver, something like that. It had a high resource usage that was going on, that was causing like weird little issues. Now, if I'm sitting there and I go to turn a program off, I come back and I've just got a black screen and I've got to reboot my computer to get it to come back. That's telling you that a graphical driver just dropped, but it might not be related directly to the graphical driver if the interface from your motherboard is being an issue too. So, I mean, I think Goblin has a two-part problem, possibly. One, an underpowered power supply for two GPUs that are mining. That's going to be one. Two, I think that Goblin, you should try to update your BIOS and see if that alleviates some of the weird instability issues that you were talking about. Because you also got to remember too, and I'm just thinking about this too just now, is that when a GPU and a motherboard powers up, for that brief moment, you have three devices, two GPUs and a motherboard that's going to power up. And for that brief moment upon power up, your devices are going to ask for full power. So it could be overloading the power supply upon startup. But again, if you were having this issue before with just one GPU on there, it's probably a BIOS issue on the motherboard. Like, or a Tenorite. Yeah. Or, like automatic beats here, you could just, blow it up, you know, blow it up, burn it, It'll be more, it'll look cooler, but I'm just saying, it's like, I would look, I would look into, just doing some simple updates and seeing if that works before you start going on to component level stuff. So if you're running factory BIOS from day one that you bought the motherboard, I'd start there. But it really just sounds like it's a power supply issue. I think the power supply is just kind of getting overrun, and there's not enough juice in there to boot it up, unfortunately. So I think that's going to be your next step, is just getting a 1,000-watt power supply on there. They are 1660 Ti's, dude. You're talking fucking 225 to 250 watts upon startup. It's not going to ask for it for a while, but it's going to be that brief moment. And let's say that it asks for 225, right? You got 450 watts, right, out of 750. So you've got 300 watts for your CPU. And it doesn't need to be a TI. We're talking base models, dude. 225 watts upon startup. That's 450 watt minimum. If you had the TIs, you'd be like 500 watts on startup with two of them. So you've got 300 watts to boot up your fans, your motherboard, your CPU, and your power and your hard drive. You've got 4 things splitting the power up for everything else. CPU is going to be at least 100 watts. Depending on the CPU you're running, that could be 100 watts plus upon startup. I haven't seen a CPU boot up without taking 100 watts in over a decade. It's going to take that 100 watts for a brief moment and then come back down. Fans full tilt when they start up. So, if you've got 4 fans in there, that's, 30 watts a piece. You see how this adds up really quickly on a power supply. Right. Still, it's you got to add in the riser. TDP is only what's pulling off of the VGA cable. They do not factor in TDP with the riser. Tenorite. Boom. Yep. So now you're talking. Let's say that it's 125 watt TDP. You're still looking at 400 watts worth of GPUs on there. So you've got 350 watts, 4 fans, two fans in the front, 1 in the back, probably 1 on top, and then the CPU fan. Factor in 30 watts a piece on that. Factor in 100 watts for the CPU. Factor in another 30 watts for the motherboard. That you're adding up wattage really fast. So upon startup, let me pull out a trusty calculator. Let's calculate this. 400 watts. Let's say you've got 2 front fans, 1 rear fan, 1 top fan, and a CPU fan. That's plus. We'll say 100 watts for the CPU. Let's say another 30 watts for the motherboard itself. So you're 710 on the light side, just on startup. Power supplies are not usually happy running their full wattage upon startup. So that could be where your issue is. very discounted to replace my non-AES and AVX motherboards. Nice, very nice. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. I may have two-part issue with a bigger one being the PSU. Exactly. I think that's what your problem is, realistically. And that's just adding it up lightly. I mean, let's say the GPUs for a brief moment, they want to take 150 watts, you know? So now you're talking about 50 more watts than what the power supply is rated for. Just because a GPU is rated for 125 watts, it doesn't mean that it can't, for a brief moment, hit 10 to 15% higher than where TDP actually is. So keep that in mind also. So maybe there's there's the right circumstance upon startup with the NVIDIA is known that with this issue where they have high power GPU consumption upon boot up. So there's that. So just, you can see, like, if you sit there and you heavily overclock, you can bring that, like, even when you're using MSI Afterburner or whatever overclocking tool you're using, you can actually get your GPU to utilize way more power than what it was intended for at 100% power. So it's part of the overclocking tools. So, I mean, I can bring my 3080 Ti, I can bring that into the same power range that a 3090 uses on my 3080 Ti. Do I recommend it? No. But it's just the fact that the board can handle it. The GPU will command it if it needs it. So for now, just do not shut the PC down until I get a better PSU installed. Yes and no. Yes and no. Because as you're using it and it goes into mining mode, bro, mining on it is even worse, because if both GPUs, let's say both GPUs at the same time submit a share, for a brief moment, both of those GPUs could ask for full power for a brief moment. And that could also, put undue stress onto the power supply. So take this with a grain of salt that you are technically overextending your power supply, even mining on it. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just so you know. So thank you everybody otherwise for being here. It's been a long workout day. I will be on this afternoon at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be there or be square, guys. Thank you everybody for being there, for being here this morning. You all rock. I'm going to go eat some food. I am starved. I need to get some eggs in me, get some meat into me. Sit there, have some ham and eggs. That sounds like a delicious little after workout meal, my guys. So thank you everybody for being here. Definitely smash that Lizzie like button if you already haven't. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out, stay savage, and of course, get swole. Yo.